Welcome, Acolytes. Today I am watching Dr. Disaster, and with Come Deliverance hype actually freaking going up like hell. By the way, I already pre-bought it. I know it's stupid to actually pre-reserve, pre-buy some stuff, but for F's sake, it's Come Deliverance. I hope that it's just gonna be good. Everything points to it being actually good, so my hopes are up. My hopes are up there. So I just start and do the thing.
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster. And one of the worst things about so many games these days is their tendency to release as buggy messes that have people practically pulling their hair out of their head in frustration.
I agree with him. Yes. It's always a thing that you just want to play a game, you pay good money for it, and then it's buggy as F. It's just frustrating. And I'm gonna be honest, if it's just the start, if it's a few bucks, nobody will care. If it's a good game, it gets destroyed by this. This is bad. But hey, normally it gets fixed. And I hope that Come Deliverance won't be this way. But let's see. I mean, the first game was a bit buggy, but it's fine. So let's just...
This is the sort of thing that usually happens because studios are working against the clock, against an arbitrarily set release date, and a lot of these games are released unfinished. Ubisoft is infamous for this dog shit practice, and it costs them big time with Star Wars Outlaws, and I'm sure they are doing everything they can to remedy that situation with Assassin's Creed Shadows. But even games like Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl had some bug issues at launch. That game has been a success, but there were definitely people who turned away from it because of the talk of bugs at launch.
I mean, but the bugs weren't that bad that a high amount of people turned away from it. I mean, a lot of people probably did, but it wasn't enough to actually destroy the game. So there's that. And by the way, from what I hear, I am not a big Stalker fan, but from what I hear and seen on YouTube, it looks like a really, really good game. So, hey.
People are generally not interested in essentially paying to be beta testers of games.
No thanks, bro.
Anyhow, the industry standard in the video game world for reviews is that reviewers of a game get the codes for that game about a week or two before the game's launch, because these developers use every last second that they can trying to get their game ready before they have to give away those review codes. And then the review embargo lifts about a day or two before release, giving reviewers maybe a week to a week and a half to actually play the game and put together a review. But there's at least one studio that is bucking this trend, Warhol.
And by the way, the thing is also with that stuff, that the reviewers most of the time get a different review copy than the game itself, or a lot of the times. And it just works way better than the original, than the game that will actually come out. And a lot of reviewers, I would even say most of them, get a copy with a silly little message. Hey, if you want to use it, then you have to do a lot of positive stuff with this stuff, with our game. Yes. So it's just basically most of the time you cannot even trust the reviewer, or a lot of the time, not always, because you never know if the freaking company said that or not. I would wish it would be different, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's always a bit hard. If you don't have a reviewer that you can trust, then yeah, it's a bit fucky-wacky.
Or Studios has just announced they are sending out review codes for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a full 4 weeks before release.
Ooh.
Holy
shit!
This is relatively unheard of, but then again, this is a studio that is bucking a lot of trends. One of the co-founders of the studio is blatantly not woke. He's
7 years old game. 7,615 players right now. Then Veilguard. Yeah, okay. The 24-hour peak is relatively similar. And all-time peak in 6.5 years. All-time peak last month, yeah. Yeah. For those who actually cry and bitch about this being because of people being racist or stuff like that, fuck you. If you make a good game, you make a good game. And this guy is freaking, I think the kids those days say based. What I call it is, it's a normal human being.
Very crystal clear that they are just game developers, and that has attracted a lot of attention from gamers who really wanted this sort of game studio in the industry for a long time. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 made a lot of noise last month when they boosted their release date up a week, which is also an unheard of practice. Warhorse just keeps on making ballsy, badass moves that are dripping with male bravado. It's almost as if they have a little message that they are sending to all of their competition.
Yes, and the thing is, you literally have people who still defend CD Projekt Red after they denounced their fans, after they already said they don't give a fuck about the Witcher lore, after they already said that they are looking for a modern audience. You still have people that actually defend CD Projekt Red, and then you have somebody like Workhorse. They are just toxic against it just because. Just because you can be pretty sure that the games that CD Projekt Red will get out after this point will, with a high probability, I'm not saying it's 100%, but with a high probability, will be shit. We already had a taste of it. They tested the waters. What will happen if you release Cyberpunk in a bad state? It actually went quite good. It still sold good, and after 1.5 years or 2 years of development, extra development, then the game became good. We can actually expect that the same, or a bit something that will be a bit worse, will happen with The Witcher 4. Just because they know that their fans will accept it and eat shit. And I personally find this disgusting, but hey, it is what it is. Then you have someone like Warhorse Studio, and they just try their best to do a freaking good game. If you're loyal to a fucking company, then at least be loyal to a company that actually gives a shit about you. Acolytes, please, not please, do it.
I am going to kick your ass.
Yeah. Now, Warhorse Studio is, by the way, very, like, the people in there are actually passionate about the things they are doing, and they don't give a shit if somebody tells them what. Just follow vision. And if it's a good game, it's gonna thrive most of the time. Sometimes good games just, sometimes you're unlucky, and good games just will probably go under the other games. But most of the time it will thrive, and maybe it won't grow instantly. Maybe you need a few years before people actually see it, but most of the time you're fine.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's dig into what is going on here with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Warhorse Studios and their announcement that they are letting reviewers have access to their game a full month before the thing comes out. Here is the announcement from the PR manager of Warhorse. We are sending out Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 review codes in the next few days. Yes, 4 weeks ahead of release. From now on, everything will be in the lap of the review gods. Please be kind. Not gonna lie, I am nervous, but also excited AF. 6 years of work are leaving the nest. And this announcement here really underscores the level of bravado coming from the studio in allowing their review codes to be released so early. They are speaking with their chest puffed out in front of them on this one, because the thing is, it's always nerve-wracking.
I disagree with him on this one. Oh, wait, I am actually blocking the man himself. That's not a nice thing to do. Good. They are not getting from every single thing that I seen, that I read, they are not puffing their chest out. They are still humble. They are showing that they are the freaking dominant part, but they are humble as fuck. That's something that I love about them, because at the end of the day, they want to show that they are self-confident in their game, that it will be okay. But it's also their basically passion. They are worried about it, that it may not be the thing that people like. They are, every single one of them. And it's humbling, to be honest, like quite honest. They could be, like, I am sure, if Kingdom Come Deliverance, even if it gets out in a broken state, people like me already bought it, and they will freaking play it, and they will give the Warhorse Studio the benefit of the doubt. It will make money. They don't even have to be actually that humble about it. But they are. And it's good.
Whenever you put your work out into the world for other people to see. But these guys are exposing their work earlier than they have to, with a level of confidence that gives me confidence that this is going to be a really solid game. In fact, I will say this. I will never be the sort of person to advocate for pre-ordering video games.
Yep.
I always tell people there's no rush. It's not like they're gonna run out, so why risk your money like that?
And he's correct about it. And still, I did the same mistake. But yeah, okay, yes. He's 100% correct about it. As he said, he's correct. It won't run out. And still, I did it.
However, this is probably the most pre-orderable game that I have seen in a long-ass time. I still don't think you should do it, mind you. But if you do, then I understand. Because here's the thing, as soon as this announcement came out, telling people that the review codes are releasing early, once again, this game got a large spike in sales that drove it up the Steam charts. This is where the game was sitting at yesterday on Steam. It was number 150 on the Steam top sellers list, and then today it jumped all the way up to number 72. That is reminiscent of the jump that it got last month when they announced they were moving the release date up a week. The game sales back then spiked from about 2 to 250 all the way up into cracking the top 100 for the first time. All of this is very impressive, especially when you consider the game doesn't even release until February 4th. If you want an idea as to how it is comparing to some of its contemporaries, let's take a look at the sales numbers for the other February major releases. There are 2 games that are tracking ahead of Kingdom Come from February.
Whoa! Monster Hunter Wilds! Damn! I'm already so hyped for that one.
But that really isn't surprising considering that both of these games come from major franchises. We've got Civilization 7, which is the 4th most wishlisted game and the 39th top-selling game on Steam. And then we also have Monster Hunter Wilds, which is the top most wishlisted game, and it is the 21st top seller. I expect that game is going to be a Baldur's Gate 3 level behemoth when it releases at the end of February. Maybe not quite as big as Baldur's Gate, but still, it's going to be really big. And with that in mind, there's no shame in Kingdom Come falling behind those two games. Once again, these are two prominent franchises, and Kingdom Come is really just starting out here.
Yes, it's starting out here, and by the way, we just have to accept the following thing. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a niche game. Not everybody, and I mean a lot of people actually, prefer more futuristic, Star Trek-y fantasy, not specifically the Middle Ages realism thing. And still, it's such a good game, just in the basis of it. It's such a good game that at the end of the day, still a shitload of people like it. So, okay, good.
But I think it's quite telling to see the two major games that are tracking well behind Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. First off, we have Avowed, which is that game from Obsidian that got into a major controversy last month when they embraced the pronoun shit in their medieval-styled setting game. That game is number 30 on the wish lists, but it is sitting all the way down at number 787 at the time of the recording on the top sellers list. It keeps bouncing around from a range of about...
That's actually quite surprising that it is so high on the wish list. No, I'm gonna be honest, at some point I had Avowed on the wish list, but I got rid of it after actually seeing the pronouns shit, yeah. Yeah, so maybe it's because of that.
1,200 all the way down to about 700, but no matter how you slice it, that game does not appear to be anywhere near the same class as the likes of Kingdom Come as far as popularity. And it looks like woke games in general just aren't paying off for the people making them, because Assassin's Creed Shadows, the other major release from February, is a freaking joke. This game releases a week and a half after Kingdom Come, but a few days before Avowed, and yet it still can't even be pre-ordered. There really is no comparison here.
Damn. And by the way, good. People finally start to vote with their fucking wallets. And it's fine.
Ubisoft is clearly not confident in their game at all. They aren't even letting people buy it. Whereas we have Kingdom Come giving out review codes way before anyone else. I remember a month or so ago, the co-founder of Warhorse talking about how he was a little bit nervous about the idea of having to compete head-to-head with a franchise like Assassin's Creed and all of the pedigree that comes with that storied franchise. And I can understand why he would be nervous about that. But at this stage, it is becoming evident that Assassin's Creed is going to be blown to Kingdom Come.
Yep.
But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your support.
Dr. Disaster. As always, the effing legend knows what to freaking say. Love this guy. Just love him. But, Acolytes, I am just hyped for this stuff. I am already just... I hope everything will be fine. I hope the investment was worth it. I hope that Kingdom Come Deliverance will be one of the freaking best games that ever comes out. And it looks like it could be. So, as it is, have a nice day or a good night.